Question 17 touches on something that shows up on the SAT in a really subtle manner. And that's the idea that when you have things in parentheses, now I know these are not parentheses, but absolute value symbols do kind of work like parentheses a lot of the time. So you have something in parentheses and you can kind of group them accordingly. In other words, we have 2 of these things and 3 of these things. Therefore, we have 5 of these things. And that's not breaking any math rules. Now, let's isolate that absolute value by saying, okay, well, the absolute value is currently being multiplied by 5. So let's divide it by 5. And now we have absolute value 4 minus x equals 5. Now, the reason we were isolating it to begin with is because if you have an absolute value equation, you have to have the instinct of taking away the absolute value and leaving it alone on the one hand, or taking away the absolute value and multiplying by -1. So here, if we had an absolute value of 2x minus 3 equals 10, you'd get 2x minus 3 is 10, 2x minus 3 is -10, the plus and the minus. Now, by the way, the reason for that is if I take an absolute value of a number, let's say 10, well, that's going to be 10. But if I have the absolute value of -10, well, that's also going to be 10. So therefore, if I tell you the absolute value of the letter A is 10, you have no way of knowing whether A was actually plus or minus 10. So you have to kind of play out both sides. And that's what you're doing when you separate an absolute value equation that way. So for us, we can easily say 4 minus x is 5. 4 minus x is -5. Then we can start solving. Take away 4 from both sides here, and you'll get -x is 1. Multiply by -1, and you'll get x is -1. So ironically, the positive side came out to be negative. And that's not the one we want because we're being asked for the positive solution. So here we can take away 4 from both sides. We'll have -x is -9, divide by -1, or multiply by -1, however you like to say it. And x comes out to +9, and that is our positive solution. So that's our answer to question 17.